And what about these clean coal commercials we're seeing everywhere on television?
Looking at another big, this is one of the biggest oxymorons.
Right.
Anybody who's seen how coal is mined, and in particular in the eastern United States, if you visit West Virginia, as I have and fly over,
Strip mining.
what they
Mountaintop
used to
removal.
start, well, they used to start and do the strip mining, and we fought that in the 70s when we passed the strip mining law in 1977 when President Jimmy Carter sold it. Now that's the technology of the past, and they're just blowing the mountains to smithereens. They're absolutely
Yeah.
creating a lunar landscape, but Bush wanted to go to Mars. He said, we need to explore Mars. Well, you don't have to explore Mars now because every day of the week they're creating a Martian landscape in West Virginia. So that's the state of the affairs, and what it means also is the number of mining jobs in West Virginia has declined from several hundred thousand in the 1950s down to fewer than 20,000 today.
But that's where you have to look again at the life cycle costs of these energy options. If you really look at the energy options which require mining of any type, of coal or uranium in particular, they're very, very dirty. You know, very dirty and life cycle wise, they're really not competitive.
And they destroy the water supplies locally, which is one of the vital things that Paul and Peter have been talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
but there's a lot of, even beyond the energy field, there's just tremendous amounts of practices by the U.S. and other governments that are incredibly damaging and polluting. You know, it's mining. I think, particularly in the weapons field and the security field, you know, one of the biggest challenges in the military today is, in fact, eliminating weapons, old, obsolete, or dangerous weapons stockpiles in general. Before they proliferate once again, there's a big whole issue of these old Soviet stockpiles in Eastern Europe, and I've met with the defense ministers in the Ukraine and Albania, particularly worried about their enormous, stockpiles of landmines and machine guns and artillery shells and all the rest. What we do now is we just blow them up in the atmosphere and make moonscapes out of, but not only in Europe and other places, but back home here in the United States, in which we have open burn, open detonation practices, what's called OBOD, of explosive materials and propellant and the like. That's all got to change as well, which is obviously in a whole other segment of climate change debate.
Conversation.